Good morning, I'm City Manager Ed Zuercher. No matter the size of your city, if you're as big as Phoenix or smaller, the library is the heart of the community. They're gathering places for people from all walks of life. Our residents count on this public facility to be available to them as an asset for living here in Phoenix. I can assure you that reopening the library is our top priority, and we're committed to restoring service to the building. Today we can say that the Burton Barr Central Library is expected to reopen at full service in June of 2018. This time frame is approximate and based on the scope of work of the construction. But my direction to our staff has been to get the building open to the public within the schedule of next June of 2018. Details of the city's actions over the past few weeks are documented in a memo that I sent to the mayor and council last week, and it's also posted on the city website. We'll hand this memo to you out after the news conference. It just has some more detail that I won't get into. But just to remind us of what happened, on Saturday, July 15th in the evening, a strong monsoon hit central Phoenix. According to the National Weather Service, winds in this part of the city were up to 50 miles an hour. The storm caused a section of the roof tiles to lift up and fall back onto the roof. Architects and engineers, and that report will also be available after this, architects and engineers have since concluded that when the tiles snapped back into place, they dislodged dust and debris, like insulation, from the roof. It fell down and created the appearance to the fire system of smoke. That meant that the water valve opened and sent water into the fire suppression system on the 5th floor. For perspective, the fire system on the 5th floor of the building is embedded inside the roof. You can't see it from above or below, it's within the roof structure. Here's what we know happened. There was a corroded pipe that was the primary cause of the massive flow of water into the building. We don't know exactly what caused the pipe to corrode, and that analysis is still being undertaken. However, a review of our maintenance records shows us that the pipe must have been corroded for some period of time. A review of these maintenance records also indicates there were deficiencies in the maintenance of the library fire sprinkler system on the 5th floor, such as problems with air pressure, water pressure, and corrosion. Some employees were notified of problems with the sprinkler system as much as 3 years ago and did not act to bring it to light or act upon it. That is a big problem. Much of this news is not what I or anybody else wanted to hear, and I'm angry that our library customers have lost the use of this building. Rest assured, though, we're going to find out how this happened, fix the building, and focus on getting it open for public use. First of all, I've directed an internal investigation to find out who knew about the maintenance deficiencies on the building and what they did or did not do with that information. Since it's an ongoing personnel investigation, I can only tell you that we're talking about a very small number of employees. It will be a thorough investigation, and I will pursue any necessary discipline as a result of the investigation. Although this section of the library did have maintenance deficiencies, our external reviewers, and you will see a copy of that report, tell us that the public was always safe inside the library. Secondly, to fix it, there are obvious costs to repair the damage, and you'll see that as you take your tour. While exact costs are being calculated, here's what we can tell you today. Since the night of the incident, we've been working closely with the city's insurance provider. We're going to replace the entire roof. We're going to replace the entire 5th floor sprinkler system that failed. And you will see major restoration that's needed on floors 1 through 4 as well as the 5th. Early calculations estimate the total cost to be between $6 and $8 million. We're working closely with our insurance provider to determine what's covered by insurance and what comes from building reserves. And finally, the focus. As a result of the entire situation, I've created a team to review the building maintenance records for every City of Phoenix building used by the public. Should any issues be found, they will be raised and addressed swiftly. I want to end my comments with this. Like the rest of the public, when I saw the damage to this library building on Saturday, July 15th, my heart sank. The building is deeply meaningful to all Phoenicians. It is an award-winning icon of this community. On behalf of the city, I am sorry to our library customers, our partners, and our dedicated library staff for this. You have my word that we are committed to find out what happened, fix it, and focus on it citywide. We're going to find out how this could happen, fix the building to be better than ever for public use by next summer, and focus on the fixes needed going forward. In the meantime, we are moving some services from Burton Barr into the community to our other 16 great library buildings and always at phoenixpubliclibrary.org. We are going to reallocate some Sunday hours at 4 nearby branches and continue to provide other services like College Depot, Hive at Central, and Mach 1. We'll have more information along the way as we identify those locations. Our libraries have been and always will be a priority for the city. Before we take questions, Lee Franklin of the library will tell you a little more about the access of the services, what we're doing, and where they're going to be. Lee?